Hi, my name is Nur Farana Jodinti Muhammad Fadila and my metric number is 11D8024F1048.
Hi, my name is Nur Fatihah binti Muhammad and my number metric is 11D8024F1084.
My name is Nur Shahira binti Razali and my number metric is 11D8024F1045. My name is
Hi, my name is Siti Rauda binti Adrun. My number matrix is 11D8024F1018.
Hi, my name is Nurul Natasha binti Muhammad Asri. My number metric is 11D8024F1060. Hi, my name is...
For the introduction, the article presents global statistics on solid waste generation and management using chat and data from countries and cities worldwide. It highlights the increasing produce amount of waste produced, the differences in waste composition across income level, and the importance of sustainable waste management. This presentation aims to analyze the chart, identify key trend and comparison, and understand the significance of effective waste management in addressing the global waste. The article discusses about current global waste problem and provides statistical data on waste generation around the world. The purpose of this presentation is to analyze the graph by describing its trend, movement and distribution pattern, as well as explain the importance of proper waste management. From this picture, type of chart is horizontal bar chart. The title of the chart is Projected Waste Generation by Region. By looking at x-axis, it shows tone of waste. Meanwhile, y-axis is different world region. Overall, the graph shows an increasing trend in waste generation across all the regions by the year 2050. This indicates that global waste production is expected to continue rising if no major improvements are made in waste management. The highest increase is expected in sub-Saharan Africa, where waste generation is projected to grow by 124%. Meanwhile, in contrast, Europe and Central Asia are projected to have the smallest increase, showing relatively stable waste growth compared with another region. The graph shows that sub-Saharan Africa reached the highest peak among all regions. In conclusion, the graph clearly shows that global waste generation is expected to increase significantly in 2050. The most important finding is that sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia will experience the largest increase, while Europe and Central Asia have the smallest growth. Therefore, government should improve waste management system, encourage recycling, and promote sustainable lifestyle to reduce future waste generation.
types of chart is stack bar chart. The title of the types of stack bar chart is Municipal Solid Waste Treatment, Disposal and Uncollected Waste. X-axis horizontal is percentage of municipal waste. For Y-axis vertical is income group. The source of the information in stack bar chart is the data is based on the 2022 report on global waste management as indicated in the note below the chart. The trend of the stack bar chart for the municipal solid waste treatment, disposal and uncollected waste is waste management improve as income level increase. High income country use more advanced treatment method, while low income countries have more uncollected waste. The comparison in stock bar chart is low income country have the highest uncollected waste, which is 7,200, while high income country lead in recycling 26% and sanitary landfills 32%. Upper middle income country have the highest incineration 31%. The distribution of the stock bar chart is lower income country rely mainly on uncollected waste and dump sites, whereas higher income country have a more balanced and efficient waste management system using recycling, composting, incineration, and sanitary landfill. The most significant trend is as a country's income level increase, the percentage of uncollected waste decreased dramatically, while the use proper waste management methods such as recycling, sanitary landfills, and incineration or increase. The stronger example is low-income countries. 72% of waste is uncollected. High-income countries, almost no waste is left uncollected, and most waste is managed through sanitary landfills. Thank you.
This graph explains the composition of municipal solid waste around the world and show which type of waste contribute the most. The purpose of this presentation is to analyze the distribution of global waste and identify the largest and smallest waste categories. The picture shows a pie chart. The title of the pie chart is Municipal Solid Waste Composition by Income Group. In this presentation, we are focused on global category. The pie chart illustrates the percentage of different types of municipal solid waste generated worldwide. Each color slice represents a different material type, including food, garden waste, wood, glass, paper, and many else. The percentage shown on each slice indicate the proportion of each waste category. Overall, the pie shown that organic waste make up the largest portion of municipal solid waste worldwide. Food waste is the biggest contributor, while several other waste categories account for much smaller percentage. The largest segment of the pie chart is food waste, accounting for 38.3% of global municipal solid waste, while the smallest category include rubber and leather, which represent only 1.7%. In conclusion, the pie chart clearly shows that food waste is the largest component of global municipal solid waste, accounting for 38.3%. Paper and cardboard, as well as plastic, are the next largest category, while rubber and leather contribute the smallest share. The most significant finding is that reducing food waste should be a global priority, as it represents the largest proportion of waste and can help improve environment sustainably.
In this presentation, I will explain how smart waste management does not just save the planet, but also drastically cut down global economic costs by 2050. So today, I want to share a powerful insight from the World Bank. As it turns out, taking bold action to manage our waste is actually far cheaper than doing nothing at all. In this presentation, we will look at waste and cost projection leading up to 2050 and how green investment can literally save the global economy. Let's start by looking at our current waste trends. For type of chart is multiple bar chart. For title, projected total global waste generation. X-axis is fiscal year. Y-axis is million ton per year. From the article that show the countries do not have to produce more trash just because their economy are growing. By making smart choice and taking action, global waste can actually be controlled and reduced. The problem in this article is if business as usual change nothing, global trash is expected to jump by 50% by the year 2050. For the solution, a World Bank report called What a Waste 3.0 looked at two different paths forward. For high ambition, we take massive action to drastically reduce waste, completely eliminate uncollected trash, stop using open dump site, and recycle or treat waste properly. For low ambition, we take some action but only manage to achieve half the progress of the high ambition plan. They have three types of chart. The first one is green for business as usual, the second one is blue for low ambition, and the third one is orange for high ambition. Look at the chart. The chart shows the projected total global waste generation 2022 until 2050, measured in million of tons per year. It compares three future paths. Look at the chart. On 2022, there show no difference same goes 2030. But in 2030, the graph shows some increase from 2,562 to 2,952. And for 2040, the graph show different on the graph. For green, show the big increase and slow increase for the blue and decrease for the orange. And for 2050, for the green show the massive increase and the blue show the slow increase and the orange show the decrease. The big takeaway from the chart, the orange bar for high ambition, by 2050, even though the world population and economy will grow, the total amount of waste drop right back down to 2,562 million tons, the exact same amount as 2022. This proves we can stop the growth of waste entirely if we take the strong action.
I will explain about this chart. Types of chart is pie chart. Title: Municipal Solid Waste Composition by Income Group. It is visually structured to show the percentage-based contribution of various components to a singular whole. Largest segment, food waste, 42.2%. Smallest segment is rubber and leather, 2.5%. I will explain about discharge. Nearly half of the waste is organic. Food, 42.2%, and garden waste, 44.4%, make up 46.6% of all trash. A quarter of the waste is packaging, paper or cardboard, 30%, and plastic, 11.8%, combined to make up 24.8% of the pile. The rest is minor items, glass 4.1%, rubber or leather 2.5%, and a mix of other materials like metals, wood, and textiles make up the remaining 26.1%.
This is tech bar chart. The title is Projected Total Greenhouse Gas Emissions from Solid Waste Management. The x-axis shows the years 2030, 2040, and 2050, while the y-axis shows greenhouse gas emissions in million tons of CO2 equivalent per year. Overall, the graph shows different trends for each scenario. Under the business as usual scenarios, emissions increase from about 1.28 billion tons 2030 to around 1.84 billion tons in 2050. Under the low ambition scenario, emissions stay almost stable with only a slight increase over time. However, under the high ambition scenario, emissions decrease significantly, showing that better waste management can reduce.
For this section, I will explain about ambition costs less than inaction. It explains that taking big bold steps to manage waste properly might seem expensive at first, but doing nothing is actually much more costly in the long run. For types of chart, multiple bar chart, and for title, estimated global annual cost for waste management. X-axis, fiscal year, Y-axis, waste management investment costs. The first point is the hidden cost of doing nothing. Simply dumping and burning trash causes massive financial damage. It leads to flooding, health problems, lost income, and environmental damage. Second point is the smart choice. The cost of fixing those disasters is much higher than the cost of building and operating proper clean waste management system. And for the last point is the outcome. Taking action, the high ambition, save a massive amount of money, mostly by reducing the total amount of waste generated in high-income countries. So look at the chart. The chart shows the estimated global annual cost for waste management measured in billions of dollars. It compares how much the world will spend under three different packs between 2022 and 2050. The big takeaway from the chart, notice the 2030 bars. In the short term, the orange bar high ambition is slightly higher because countries have to spend money upfront to set up better recycling and waste system. However, look at 2050. Because those systems prevent waste from growing, the cost drops significantly to $290 billion, whereas doing nothing skyrockets to $426 billion. Investing in a clean future literally paid off.
The chart shows the mean solid waste management expenditure by income group. The x-axis represents the income groups while the y-axis shows the waste management expenditure as a percentage of GDP. Based on the chart, there is a clear increase in spending from lower income countries to higher income countries. Lower income countries spend only about 0.15% of GDP, while higher income countries spend around 0.31% of GDP. This means the higher income countries invest more than twice as much in waste management. However, according to the report, proper waste management requires around 0.3% to 0.8% of GDP. This means that lower income countries are below the recommended level while higher income countries are only meeting the minimum requirement.
I will explain about this charge. Types of charge is donut charge. Title: Municipal Solid Waste, Composition by Income Group. And this charge is an idea for illustrating proportion and parts of a whole distribution. Our largest segment, food waste, 45.1%. Smallest segment, rubber and leather, 1.4%. I will explain about this charge. About this charge is more than half of the waste is organic. Food, 45.1%, and garden waste, 8.6%, make up 53.7% of all trash. About a quarter of the waste is packaging, plastic, 31%, and paper or cardboard, 10%, make up 23.1%. And the last, the rest is minor items, glass, 3.8%, rubber or leather, 1.4%, and various unlabeled materials like metal, wood, and electronics make up the remaining 23.2%.
Last but not least, I will present about horizontal bar chart. The title of the horizontal bar chart is Solid Waste Management Official Development Finance. For the x-axis horizontal is total million. You can see US dollar. Y-axis vertical is list the top 10 funding source. The source of the Solid Waste Management Official Development Finance is Official Development Finance in Solid Waste Management reveals insufficient resource for tackling plastic pollution, a global analysis of 2 decades of data. As you guys can see, the source in information is Official Development Finance in Solid Waste Management revealed insufficient. For the label in horizontal bar chart is each bar is labeled with the amount of funding provided, which is World Bank Group US dollar 5,127 million. For the source is conservation and recycling. The World Bank Group is the largest source of official development finance for solid waste management, providing significantly more funding than other organizations. And the changes the chart compare funding source rather than change over time, so there are no increase, decrease, fluctuations or stable period shown. The World Bank Group has the highest funding, which is US dollar 5.127 billion, while the Islamic Development Bank has the lowest, US dollar 242 million. For the comparison in stock bar chart in solid waste management is the World Bank Group provide far more funding than the ASEAN Development Bank and EU institution. The remaining organization contribute much smaller amounts. For the distribution, funding is unevenly distributed, with the World Bank Group contribution the largest share, followed by a few major development banks and institutions, while the other sources provide relatively lower levels of financial support. Thank you.